Hey listeners, that was Miki Ratsula, and also I have to say hi Miki.
Moikka, hello.
That was your song Coming Up Empty. Before I ask you something about that song, welcome to Finland and welcome to Pride, Helsinki Pride. You have a gig on Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, today's Wednesday. Okay.
Wednesday.
So I was...
Don't worry, I'm doing the same thing.
I was about to say tomorrow, but no, not tomorrow.
I'd hope it's not tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah. If Miki's gig is tomorrow, please let us know because, we don't know what day it is. But anyway, on Saturday at 15:40, how do you say that in English?
3:40.
3:40, exactly, thank you. And it's on Päälava, on the main stage of Puistojuhla. So what are your feelings now before the gig?
I'm really excited because being Finnish, all my extended family lives here, so I know a lot of them are able to make it out here and see me perform for the first time. It also being the first time I'm performing in Finland is huge. I'm very proud to be Finnish, and I really do want to continue to build my Finnish audience and connection here. I'm nervous though because it's like a whole different place, and I really want to make myself proud and make my family proud and my fans proud, but I'm really excited and I'm very honored, and this is kind of a dream come true, especially to play like at Pride.
Definitely. Some of you who maybe don't know Miki Ratsula, maybe your name sort of gives a clue that you are half Finnish or
full Finnish.
Full Finnish, but you live in California.
Yeah, so I'm a dual citizen.
Yeah, dual citizen. So where are your roots in Finland?
My mom's side of the family is from Helsinki and Mantoril, and then my dad's side of the family is from Pori. So right before I came here to Helsinki, I was spending time in both those places. They're both very near and dear to my heart, and I just love the mökki life. You can't get that in the US at all, and that's like my thing I miss the most is just to come and be in the countryside and use the sauna and all that. So I got all that in. I feel very fulfilled before Pride now.
Yeah, the mökki life is in Finnish DNA, so there you go. That's like you can't really be more Finnish.
No, literally, like nothing compares to that, truly.
But hey, so you're an artist, you're a musician, singer, songwriter, and you live in California. And so you basically, a lot of your songs deal with, how should I say, like, well, maybe I just ask you. Who am I to describe?
Yeah.
So tell me, what are your sort of main inspiration for the music you make?
I mean, being a trans non-binary person, everything I make my entire life is through that lens. And so a lot of my music, all my music, even if it's not about that, is through that lens. So yeah, most of my music is about the queer experience, whether it's, queer love or the hardships of being queer or, any sort of identity crises that you might be going through, on top of just a lot of mental health that can come within being a queer person, outside of it. But again, it's always through, the trans lens. I just try to write as honest as I can. It's something that I've always been compelled to do, and like I just want to be vulnerable and share my own story because I know, as personal as it feels, I know somewhere someone relates, and I think that's just like super powerful to be able to connect with someone who you've never met before or in a completely different part of the world and with a different life, but you can relate to something that you like. It's just really cool, and all my music really is just about the queer experience and how I move through life and the people that I have in my life and the way I move through life. It's just very personal to myself, and I feel like it's a really great way to get to know who I am.
For me, I remember, all those artists that I listened to when I was growing up, from 10 to 18, even later, like Ani DiFranco and all these sort of not mainstream artists, but sort of who somehow represented the different kind of experience of sexuality or maybe or gender. David Bowie, I adore him.
Yeah.
And I remember how much they really meant. But when I lived that life, when I was 15, I probably just spent, I don't know, 15 hours a day just listening to music. But now when I think of myself, the 15-year-old Andy who was listening to David Bowie and being like, I just want to be like him. How important it was. And to have those role models and have something that you can relate to.
Yeah.
It's sort of, I'm a small town brat myself, so there wasn't really that many people around me who were, let's say, different.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I have always wanted to do, is just be that artist that I wish I had growing up. I mean, like, I really do think if I had heard, I mean, I'm not the first person to be writing music this way. Like, obviously there's many pioneers who have come before me. I'm not doing anything groundbreaking, but for me specifically, on my own level and the way I connect to just the world and gender and all that, I just really wish that I had the music that I'm making now when I was growing up, just, you know, and I just really, if I can help someone feel more like themselves or more like they're able to be themselves, or even people who have no idea what it's like to be queer or trans and like can maybe learn something from hearing my story, and just get to know different types of people in the world, you know. It's for kind of everybody, but I really just ultimately am just trying to be the artist I wish I had growing up ultimately.
But I would say that definitely during these times, 2025, when you have, in the US, you have this president, and
cool.
he has these ideas about, so it's, especially, it's like really, really important to speak up and to sort of tell your story. And even though there are, I don't know about where's the legislation going, bad, but just I mean, even more, you sort of, it's important to say that it's not okay to say that. It's not okay to push people down, or you know, we've always been here.
It's a lot of also just like being on top of like the music I do. I really try to be very present on social media and be just the representation that, you know, I want to continue to provide. And it's really disheartening. I mean, ever since like the election, the everything has just increased tenfold. Just the type of stuff that you deal with, the type of things that people say. It's really sad, you know, how like normalized things have become to just like fully just like hate such, you know, just different
have you
people.
Experienced like this sort of?
Yeah. Okay. It's like I'll post a video of like me being shirtless or whatever it is and talking about being trans or my top surgery. I could even be talking about literally nothing else, but I happen to be shirtless. And it ends up on the wrong side of Instagram or TikTok. And it's, you know, I wake up to hundreds of comments, you know, in the mornings being like just the worst type of stuff, you know? And it's...
So what do you do? How do you cope?
I think my wife has helped me a lot, because before I would get angry and I would kind of let it just ruin my day, and I would just like, I just wouldn't do anything productive with it. And I think I've learned through, you know, having supportive people in my life, but also just like growing up and realizing kind of just what's better for me is realizing that, you know, I can just block and delete people. And to realize that my brother made this really good point that the type of people that are commenting on my things, they are seeing me in a moment of time. They have this, I'm just a video on their screen. They say one comment and then they don't think about me the rest of the day. Yeah. So like, I don't want to give them that more of that power that I really don't mean anything to them. You know, it's just literally, they're just sending a hate comment, which sucks because it is so heavy and, you know, it kind of sticks with you. But reminding myself that it's really not like they're just kind of like mean people and it's just a moment in time, kind of gives me that power back. If I can just block and delete every once in a while. I'm the type of person who does like to poke the bear. Every once in a while, if I'm feeling it, I'll comment back, you know, I'll be a little bit petty. It's fun to me, but I've learned to be able to not be angry and to be more just like, I'm in control. You know, I can just choose to not let this affect my day. And sometimes it's harder, you know, some days are harder, but yeah.
So does it sort of give you the other reaction that sort of from the other end of the that you really want to make even more music and like speak even louder.
No, literally, it's like that. It fuels me even more of like, I'm just going to keep going then.
Yeah.
And I think there's a part of me that sometimes I've learned to be able to decipher when a comment is like someone who's just like hasn't been educated on something, but maybe has the chance and the opportunity to learn. And I can kind of tell when a comment's like that, and maybe I'll provide them with that education and provide them with that, like, hey, I understand you just don't know what this is, and let me explain to you. Then you can also tell when it's someone who's just literally a hateful person who doesn't care to learn, doesn't actually, and then I realize that's not worth my time. Because I think it's also important to remember that how are people supposed to learn if you don't give them the opportunity, right? So, but it's this game of like, what's worth my time and what's not worth my time. Yeah. And sometimes that alone is exhausting to decipher, but yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
It's crazy, yeah.
It's just so sort of, I don't know, sometimes I'm not facing that kind of hatred in my life at the moment, and let's hope it stays that way. But it's sort of, even hearing something like that makes me sort of feel like I want to just drop it and leave. And
I think it's also just important for myself to recognize that I am in a very privileged position too. Like being someone who lives in California, being someone who's white, who's masculine presenting, not on testosterone. Like there's a lot of different things that like I am in a safer position to be as vocal as I am, and I want to use that to only do more because I have those privileges that other people don't. And so I think that's also why it's even more important for me to like keep going and like be the one who's fighting back on those and all that, because I want to use this position that I have to do so.
Yeah. So it's activism also.
Yeah.
Like sort of intertwined in the way you make music, art.
It's all together, and I think you can't have one without the other in my world. And if you listen to my music, you know that's what you're getting. So yeah.
So people who are coming on Saturday to see you, 3:40 on Puistojuhla main stage, Päälava. So they know. Do they know what to expect? Like music-wise, if you can say.
Yeah, I think it's funny because like I more recently on my TikTok started sharing more about being Finnish, and not that I was like hiding that, but I specifically have been making more videos like speaking in Finnish or connecting with my Finnish audience, and I'm realizing it's actually a handful of people who are like excited to see me perform, and I think I was genuinely surprised I didn't know like what to expect. My shows are really about just like celebrating queer joy and trans joy. And that alone is an act of resistance and an act of celebration. And I will just unapologetically be myself on that stage, and I invite everyone else to do the same. I'm just super excited. Yeah.
So have you been before in Helsinki Pride or Finnish Pride events?
Yeah, we went, I think it was like 2018? Maybe something like that. Like this was the last time I was at Helsinki Pride, and we like walked the parade, and we actually filmed a music video for my really old song "Wishing Wells" at Pride, and it's just kind of funny to come full circle and now to be able to perform here. So I've only been here once for Helsinki Pride. Again, long time ago. I'm a completely different person now, so I'm really excited to just be a part of it. You know.
Yeah, but it's the perfect way to sort of make the comeback on main stage on Saturday. Yeah. So I'm here again.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, let's talk about briefly about your music, because that's the thing that we haven't really talked about. We have talked about, you know, the stuff that sort of inspires you to make it. Yeah. But we heard before we started interview, we heard the song "Coming Up Empty."
Yes.
Can you tell us something about that song?
Ooh, okay. So that is a song that I never thought I was going to have to write. So basically I had a super close friend and one of my best friends, and that just fell apart for, you know, things happen, right? Like, and it's unfortunate because it's one of those friendships you never thought was going to end. And I just felt like, I mean, it's like what I do with the music. It's the way that I process relationships or whatever it is that I'm processing. I always go to write music. And when that happened and our friendship fell apart, my instinct was just go like write a song. I mean, I think I was actually like walking my dogs and I was really upset about it. And I just was coming up with these lyrics and was writing it in my phone. And like, I think the first few lines I had written in my phone because I was just like, this sucks, right? And it's true. I mean, I was also really scared to write about it because we also like did have people knew about our friendship. It was public, and I was really scared to kind of talk about it because, you know, I care about this person. I love this person, and I think both can be true, that I can love and care about this person, and like I want love for them. That's what, you know, part of the song is about, that, but also be able to share something that I went through and, you know, they put me through, and I know that a lot of people also like relate to that. Unfortunately, I think your 20s, I feel like especially, you grow out of relationships, you deal with relationships, and I think a lot of people relate to that. But yeah, I wrote the song. I just came up with a couple lyrics on a walk with my dogs, and then I had a session with my good friend Semler, and they knew everything about the falling out. They were just a really good friend throughout all of that, and I was like, let's finish this song that I wrote, and we did that, and I kind of just sat on it for a while, and I was, again, you know, it's scary to do that because I think the internet is so judgmental and feels so entitled. I was worried that people would, you know, they'd be like, you're doing this because you want to tear someone down or you want clout or whatever it is. And I think that's really frustrating because I think it's so easy to jump to that without actually just sitting and realizing like these are real relationships, real people, real life things going on. And just because I wrote a song about it doesn't mean it has this ill intention. But I really love the song. I was really happy with the production. It was really fun to work on. And I was like, why not just put it out? And
Will we hear it on Saturday?
Yes. You will. I'm really excited about it. I've only performed it live 2 other times because, you know, it just recently came out. And I'm really excited.
Is it January, February?
God, this year is weird. Something like that. Sometime this year. I think it was like March, April, May, one of those. Yeah. But it's a fun song to perform live. It's very cathartic. It's really just, you know, it just feels this, you know, I'm hurt. I'm hurt by what happened, and I wish nothing but the best for this person, but I'm also hurt, and I wish things ended differently, but you know, can't control that.
But that's very relatable story, like for many people, at least for me. Yeah. But hey, after Saturday comes Sunday, and are you going back to Mökki life or?
No, we're here until July 2nd. My birthday is actually on Monday.
Okay.
So we thought about maybe running to Mäntyharju for a day, but you know, we're here for such a short time and there's so much to do. So we'll see if we feel like getting one more Mökki life day in, but I'm really excited to celebrate my birthday here. I have a lot of memories growing up as a kid celebrating my birthday here. Yes. I haven't for a couple years, so it's fun. I have no idea what we're going to do yet, but I think the weather's going to be good that day.
Yes.
It looks like it's going to be sunny.
Yeah, and warm. Yes. And not too warm, but like perfect weather. Yeah, I know.
I think I want to go to like the beach or something. Yeah. So just be outside, have some lonkero, all that, you know what I mean?
Lonkero, of course.
Why not? What else? That's also, that in the sauna is what I miss the most when I'm not here.
Can you get lonkero in California?
Yeah, so it's a new thing.
Okay.
It's like this thing called the Finnish long drink, and I can't remember if it's like Finns who like with their American friends made it or something. There's some sort of connection there. Yeah. But it came out a couple years ago and is only available on the East Coast. And then now I go to bars and they're there. And to be fair, they should sponsor me first off. This is not sponsored. To be fair, it's really good. Nothing beats the like original Heartwall lonkero. Yeah. But truthfully, like it does the job. Like it does the job when we're, you know, in California, and they have like the regular one, they have the light one, they have a cranberry, and then the strong one. So they clearly like are mimicking the one here. So it really does. I'm grateful that that's there because it sucked not having any sort of lonkero. So it does the job. Yeah. So I'm really happy that finally exists. It's about time.
Lonkero celebration, definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, I wish you a super gig on Saturday. I'm going to be there, so probably my dog Heppu is not going to be there because Heppu
He'll be there in spirit.
He's not so comfortable with the big audiences.
That's so fair.
Yeah, so he will be sleeping at home.
Yeah.
But anyway, 3:30 puisto juhla. Why am I so bad with numbers?
That's good that I remember that too. I keep having to remember, like, what time is it? I have to tell people when I'm playing my show.
I'm so sorry. 3:40.
Even if they're there early, it's fine.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But hey, thank you so much for coming to Radio Helsinki, and I wish you the best Pride. Have a good Pride.
Kiitos.